Clippers and Pelicans here on the Next Network and the Basketball Broadcast Network. Hello, everyone. I am Josh Berman. Happy to be here for this game, ESPN's quadruple header of games today. This is game number 3 of that quadruple header is coming up very soon. The second game is Jazz and Thunder, which was the game that happened right before the season got suspended. And that game is wrapping up. The Thunder are currently putting the finishing touches on a victory there. And this game will get started immediately following Jazz Thunder. So before we get into that, some scores around the NBA today. The Miami Heat defeated the Denver Nuggets 125-105 today. And we have the Jazz and the Pelicans right now. The Clippers-Pelicans game is coming up. Oh, that says Jazz-Pelicans. Oops. Sorry about that. It's Jazz Thunder. Jazz Thunder, they're currently in the fourth quarter. Clippers and Pelicans are currently in pregame right now. The 76ers and Pacers kick off at 7 p.m. That's a League Pass game. I'll give you guys updates throughout there. And then at 8:30, immediately following the game we're covering, is the Lakers and the Raptors. But instead of watching the Lakers and Raptors, you guys are going to watch the next because that will immediately follow Clippers and Pelicans. We will give you updates throughout Lakers, Raptors. However, that is going to be it for that. Again, they're currently putting the finishing touches here on a Thunder victory, a pretty dominating fashion against the Utah Jazz. Very impressive victory for a team that's impressed a lot of people, including myself, in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Billy Donovan's certainly going to get some Coach of the Year votes. By the way, side note here. Random side note, the person doing color commentary on ESPN, like ESPN's color commentator, Doris Burke, I tweeted that last night. I'm going to say it again because I've been watching this game. Seriously, she is, and it's not even close, the best color commentator in the NBA. It's not even close. There is no color commentator on ESPN, TNT, or ABC that I genuinely enjoy listening to, and NBA TV as well, more than Doris Burke. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but that's my opinion. She's very, very good. All right, Clippers-Pelicans coming up next. They're not going to kick that off until right around this game ends. There's about 2:20 left as the Jazz are down 105-84. We're live, of course, on Sportscaster, YouTube, and Twitch. Of course, we're not only live on Sportscaster, though. We're live on live for normal Sportscaster on the Next. We're live on the Basketball Broadcast Network as well. We appreciate everyone who's tuning in on either network. There you go. As I go on here, you guys can use the chat now. I can talk to you guys throughout the game. All right, there we go. So, let's see. Some news. Obviously, we're going to get more into this with Michael, but some news around the NFL. Of course, a former Raven, C.J. Mosley, signed with the New York Jets. Not this offseason, obviously, but last offseason he did. And week 1, he was going off, and then he had an injury that ended his season in week 1 last year. So this year, C.J. Mosley was expected to have a really great comeback season for the Jets, and today he announced that he is opting out. The Jets, that is a major, major loss at linebacker. The guy who's going to get an increased role now was another former Raven in Patrick Owasso, better or known as Peanut, same thing. So that's interesting. Another interesting thing here, and this is non-Ravens fans won't care, but Ravens fans, I mean, we released today Dalen Mack, our 5th-round pick back in 2019. Dalen Mack, who he barely played in his rookie year. When he played, he wasn't any good, but it definitely surprised. Again, a 5th-round pick 2 years ago, getting released already was definitely a surprise. At least for me, it was. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right. By the way, here before we get ready, make sure you are following us on all of our social medias. Subscribe to us on YouTube at the Next Network. On Instagram, follow us at the Next.Sports. On TikTok, because it's still here, it's not going anywhere. We think. Follow us on TikTok at the Next_Sports. Follow us on Twitter, the Next_Network. Follow us on Twitch, the Next_Network, and of course, Sportscaster at the Next. You can follow me personally on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter at Other Berman Show, Instagram at The Other Berman Show. Twitter, not enough characters, so it's just Other Berman Show, not The Other Berman Show. But follow me on both there as well. And yeah, that's about it for that. What's up, Kane23 Sports? Joining us here again. This We are currently waiting on Jazz Thunder to wrap up. There's a minute 15 left. Thunder are up huge here as a three-pointer won't go for the Jazz. Now, for the New Orleans Pelicans, they've been the team that's kind of been like that favorite to grab that 8 seed. You did? Yeah, I mean, the game's over. But the Pelicans have been kind of the favorite to get that 8 seed in the West, or at least the media favorite, because that Zion Williamson guy who's pretty good at basketball. Oh, allegedly. No, I'm just kidding. He is very good at basketball. But they are a loss here to the Clippers. I mean, that would... If they lose to the Clippers here tonight, that is going to make it very, very difficult for the Pelicans to make the playoffs, as they are currently tied with the Kings, I believe, with the Spurs and definitely the Blazers. I'm pretty sure the Spurs is well ahead of them right now. And then, of course, you have the Grizzlies at the 8th seed. But it's going to be very, very difficult for the Pelicans to make the playoffs, even if they win tonight. But if they don't win, it'll be... They could win out and still potentially miss if they go 6-0 in their last 6. If they lost tonight and they win their last 6, go 6-0, it's going to still be pretty difficult for them to make it. But, hey, not impossible. Far from it. So right now, I'll update you here on what it is. In the Eastern Conference, you have the Bucks currently as your 1 seed. They all will be the 1 seed. You have the Bucks at 1, Raptors are 2, Celtics 3, Heat 4, Pacers 5, Sixers 6, Magic 7, and Nets 8, and the Wizards are 9. And then obviously the Western Conference is much more interesting with the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Jazz. The Lakers and Clippers are your 1 and 2. You have the Nuggets and Jazz are your 3 and 4. The Nuggets are a half game up on Utah. And now they lost here. Utah, if they were able to win this game, would be huge. But now that they lost here, Denver is still in control of that. As they went final. 110-94 is your final. The Rockets are your 5 seed. The Thunder are your 6 seed. However, when they win here, we'll see if that changes. I'm not sure if it will or won't. But then the Mavs are 7. Then you have the Grizzlies 8. And the Blazers are 9. Currently, that's your play-in, as they're lining up here ready to tip off. So they're about to do so right now. Blazers are your 9 seed as well. So the Spurs are a half game back on the Blazers, and then a half game behind the Spurs are the Pelicans and the Kings. And then a game and a half behind the Pelicans and Kings are the Suns, who are all but out of it, even if they go 8-0. I don't even know why they're here, to be honest. But now here we go. The game is now underway between the Pelicans and the Clippers. I'm going to update the ticker here, and then we're going to get started here on the Next Network and the Basketball Broadcast Network. Live. Here we go. Okay, so it was 110-94, if I remember correctly, right? Yes. 10, and then 94, and then first quarter. Right? And we're good. Okay. Oh, I missed a 3-pointer going on the board, so the Clippers are on the board with 3, and now I'm ready because now I actually can commentate. All right, Brandon Ingram has it at the top. Here, Ingram's going to drive in. Mid-range shot will not go. I was on the call for each of these two teams' first game of the season. I commentated the Pelicans' first game, which was against the Utah Jazz, the first game of the restart, where the Pelicans could not come away with a victory. And then we commentated the Lakers-Clippers game with Michael. That was obviously an incredible, incredible game, as expected. As there we go, Drew Holiday will lay that one up and in, as it is now 3-2, Clipper lead. 1 minute has gone by in this game as Paul George will take a 3. That is good. Paul George hitting one for 3. It's now 6-2. Clipper lead. Yeah, the Pelicans can answer is Zion Williamson driving in. Back out here, goes out of bounds. Zion with a turnover. That plexiglass coming in handy there to stop the ball. There we go. Here's Paul George back out here to the corner. To Paul George in the corner. George for 3. Good again. Paul George hitting one from deep. There we go. Paul George. That's 2 quick 3-pointers to get things started in this game. 9-2 LA lead over New Orleans. Here's Brandon Ingram trying to answer back with a 3 of his own, and he can't. And the tip in with Derek Favors couldn't go as The rebounds will be brought in. Here is Patrick Beverley who has it. Guarded there by Holiday. Zion Williamson on Kawhi Leonard, who has the ball right now at the top of the key. Let's see how Zion can defend that fun guy, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi back out here to George. George guarded by Ingram. Not Ingram, Holiday. Here's a three. Got it again! Paul George! Wow, what a start for him. Paul George and a timeout. They need a timeout because Paul George is automatic right now from deep. He has not one, not two, but three three-pointers in a row, I might add, to give the Clippers the 12-2 early lead. We are just over 2 minutes into the game, and Paul George already has 9 points. Back to back to back, I might add. We will be right back. You're watching the NBA on the Basketball Broadcast Network and the Next Network. We are back here on the Next Network between the Pelicans and the Clippers. The Clippers, and mainly Paul George, has gotten off to an unbelievable start. Lonzo Ball dishes it out to Zion Williamson. Williamson out to Lonzo, who stepped out of bounds. That was just a bonehead move by Lonzo. The pass wasn't even to him. Lonzo Ball has had a shaky start to the bubble, as it was not a very, very poor start to the bubble for him in the last game. He had 2 points. He was okay on the defensive end. Here's Paul George. He has it. Let's see if he can get something going here again. Drew Holiday on him. Good defense. Lonzo Ball, he splits the defense. Shot up. No good. Great defense there by 4 out of the 5 Pelicans on the floor. All at one point were playing on him, and all of them played solid defense there. Derek Favors has it. They'll dish it out to Ball. Ball for 3. That's good. Lonzo Ball getting on the board for 3 points. And I'm pretty sure with that, Lonzo Ball already has more points than he did in the last game, because I'm pretty sure he only had 2 last time. So that 3-pointer already gives him a bubble high, I guess you could say. Kawhi Leonard will hit a mid-range shot there. It is 14-5, LA Clipper lead. Of course, this game is pivotal for the New Orleans Pelicans. The Clippers, not as much at all. As here is Favors. He will be fouled there by Leonard. But yeah, for the Clippers, it's kind of is going through the motions of and it isn't, for all intents and purposes, for the Clippers, another scrimmage game. It doesn't really matter. They're all but locked into that 2 seed, and it's not really going to matter if they win or lose. And then the Pelicans, one loss to the Pelicans, and they are in massive, massive trouble. They got to pretty much win out at this point in the situation they're in, and it starts by beating the Clippers, and they're currently down here 14-5 as Derek Favors can't make it any closer as he misses the first free throw. Derek Favors, the former Utah Jazz. Top 5 pick, I believe, of the Utah Jazz. As well, as Favors will connect on his second. It's 14-6. Here's Leonard. Leonard has it guarded by Zion. Step back 3. Good. Right in the face of Zion Williamson. Kawhi Leonard hits a step back 3. Nice play there. It's 17-6. LA. Clippers are 5 for 5 from downtown this early in this game as Zubats will tip it up in the air. He gets the steal. Here's Paul George. George running up here on the fast break. It's a 3-on-3. George layup. No good. Good D by Lonzo Ball. Beverly will get it back here. Patrick Beverly for 3. That's good. Make it 6 for 6 for the Clippers from downtown. The LA Clippers are on fire from deep. 6 for 6 to start this game. Here's Drew Holiday a 3. Needing the answer back. He can't. Rebound brought in there by Zion. Zion layup. Good. Zion Williamson will get the Pelicans on the board. Well, not on the board. Gets him on the board. It's 20-8 now. See what Kawhi can do. Can they make it 7 for 7? They cannot. The first missed 3-pointer of the day there by Kawhi Leonard. Lonzo Ball out to Ingram. Ingram has Kawhi Leonard guarding him. Ingram going to drive. Ball's out. Picked up by Paul George. George out to Beverly. Beverly, nice bounce pass at Kawhi on the jam. 22-8. LA has gotten off to a dominant start. Not just a good start. It has been all Clippers. Here's a 3-pointer. That's good for Brandon Ingram. It's an 11-point game. The Clippers have doubled the Pelicans' points here 5 minutes into this contest here in Orlando, Florida. Here is Paul George. George, a mid-range shot. It will not go. Rebound brought in by Favors. Here's Holiday. Nice pass with the Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball has it. Gonna get it to Zion. Zion's in the post with a man right on. That's Marcus Morris. He gets blocked. Good defense by Marcus Morris. Here's Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard has Lonzo Ball on him. That's a mismatch. Let's see what happens here. Kawhi's going to dish it out to Beverly. Beverly has Holiday on him. Patrick Beverly, as I mentioned before, if I could take any players, Kawhi Leonard blows by him. He gets fouled by Lonzo Ball, but Kawhi, great job on the blow by. He will take 2 free throws. But I was saying here before, if I could bet on, I'm not saying if I could bet, if I could choose one player, if I could choose one current player in the NBA right now to stick in the 1990s and have his prime be the 90s instead of today's game, it would be Patrick Beverly. I think his game, I mean, he's not even close to a bad player now, but he would have been something special in the 90s, man. That defense, the more physical game is Beverly just checked out there as Leonard will nail the first free throw. And in the game now, Zion Williamson will also check out. Zion Williamson was on a minutes restriction for the last game. I'm not sure if he's on a minutes restriction here. Let me look that up here. I'm not sure if he is on a minutes restriction for this game. I don't believe he is. Not that I see, no. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, here is Ingram. Ingram's going to drive in here in the lane. He'll be fouled there. And Brandon Ingram, so Zion Williamson, 6 minutes played, 2 minutes, 1 for 2 from the field. He's been solid, not great, but not bad either. Doc Rivers, 938 career wins. If the Clippers can hold on to it and get the win here, it will move him past Red Auerbach for sole possession of 11th all-time in wins by a head coach in NBA history. Here is Josh Hart. Hart out to Favors. Favors no good. Favors will tip it in. It is 24-13 Clipper lead. We are just over halfway through this first quarter of action between these two. Here is Ivinca Zubats out to Marcus Morris, his brother Markieff Morris on the Lakers. Marcus on the Clippers to turn around. Jay, no good. Rebound going to be brought in by Lonzo. Lonzo at the Holiday. Drew Holiday has been on the Pelicans for a long time now. Has been one of the best defenders in the league consistently there, but he will turn it over on that. And I believe a timeout was just called. I'm turning that down. I was just, I believe Doc Rivers. I'm going to assume it's a timeout because Doc Rivers just went out to the middle of the court. Yeah, timeout called, commercial break. So we will be right back right after this. 23-14. LA Clipper lead. We'll be right back. Basketball here on the Next Network as the Clippers have gotten off to a very nice start here off the back of that man, Paul George, as it will go the other direction now after a turnover. Doc Rivers and the Clippers, 6 for 7 and threes today, 11 points off turnovers this early in the game. That is absolutely incredible. As the LA Clippers, very well coached team, very good team, as they always are. For the Clippers, statistical point leaders right here, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard have 9 points each. Patrick Beverley has 5 points. Patrick Beverley has 6 points, what I meant to say. That's all the scoring right there. Here's Lonzo Ball, a step-back three. That's good. Lonzo Ball getting off to a much better start today than he did last time, as now he has 2 straight three-pointers. Lonzo Ball playing well early in this game. Paul George going to drive in. No foul called, and he will miss it. Here's Lonzo. That was Weird. Okay, nothing's called. I thought there would be, but apparently not. Here's Brandon Ingram. Ingram in the mid-range shot. Here's Lonzo Ball. Thought about a three, then thought about passing it. Now he's going to drive in the lane and get an easy layup. No! But Derek Favors, yes. It's 24-18 now. The Pelicans going on a little bit of a run here in this game. The Pelicans, I believe, are on a, I want to say like 6 or 7 point run here. As JaMychal Green out to Paul George. George going to drive in. Behind the back to JaMychal Green for three. That's good, JaMychal Green from downtown. The Clippers are automatic from three-point range so far in this game. 7 for 8 already. Here's Lonzo Ball out to Josh Hart. Hart in the corner. Back out to Lonzo. Lonzo has a pick set. Here is Brandon Ingram. Ingram a three. No good. Rebound brought in by Patrick Beverly. Beverly going to drive in. Back in the corner. Here's Marcus Morris going to step in. He gets that shot to fall. Marcus Morris does. Clippers up 29-18. Here is Derek Favors. Favors back out to Holiday. Holiday. Whistle blown, and there is a foul called, I believe, on Marcus Morris. Some stats here in this game so far. The Pelicans shooting 50% from the field, 7 for 14 on the day. The Clippers 58.8% from the field, 10 for 17 from three-point land. Pelicans 3 for 6, 50%. Clippers 87.5%, 7 for 8 from downtown. The Pelicans 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The Clippers 2 for 2. The Clippers have led by as much as 14. The Pelicans have not had a lead at all so far. As here is a lob up to Jackson Hayes. Nice play there. It's 29-20. 9-point Clipper lead. Here's JaMychal Green. Back out here to Landry Shamet. He'll take a three-pointer. That's going to fall. 8 for 9. These guys are automatic right now. Here is J.J. Redick out to Hayes. Hayes going to post up. Back out to Drew Holiday. Holiday going to drive in for the layup. It's good. No one was in the paint there for an easy lay-in for Drew. 32-22 Clipper lead. Here is Paul George going to drive in back out to Beverly. Who's behind the three-point line here. Is a nice screen set by Green. Going to drive in. Layup is no good. A little bit too strong there. Was, I believe, actually, I'm sorry. This is not Patrick Beverly. I believe that's Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson is that guy. Not Patrick Beverly. Beverly is not in the game right now. That is my bad. As 2 more points will go on the board by Reggie Jackson, not Patrick Beverly. Pelicans have 7 turnovers so far in this game. Clippers have 1. Shot will not go. The Clippers have 13 points off turnovers. The Pelicans only have 3. Here is Paul George for 3. Won't connect this time. Josh Hart gets the board. Down by 12. The New Orleans Pelicans are in a very critical, very critical game for any playoff hopes they have left. As J.J. Redick takes a 3, he will connect. J.J. Redick, that man has made a career out of doing that, shooting that 3 ball. As it will fall and bring it back down to a 9-point Clipper lead. Back out now in the corner. Patrick Patterson for 3. Won't go. Rebound will be brought in by Holiday. 34-25 now is your score. As we are about a minute and a half to play in this opening quarter of this matchup. Here is Hayes. Back out to Redick. Redick going to drive in. No good. No foul. As the ball will stay New Orleans ball. A minute and a half left. 1:28 to play in the quarter. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what the Clippers can do here. Gonna get it in here. Corner 3. No good. Vernicolo Melli goes in and out. Here's Reggie Jackson. Jackson gonna drive in. Jackson layup. No good. An acrobatic layup did not fall as Josh Hart will corral that rebound. Hart out to Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes, the rookie center this year. Redick back out to Hayes. Hayes back to Lonzo. Lonzo back out. Here's a corner 3. Go. No, just kidding. Reggie Jackson with the least necessary spin in the history of sports. As Jackson will dish it out to Kawhi Leonard. 45 seconds around to play in this opening quarter. Clippers up by 9. Leonard trying to make it a little bit more than that. So dish it back out to him. Before I even said who he passed to, Kawhi has the ball back. 7 seconds. It's a 3-pointer. No good. Barely even hit the rim. Here is a Josh Hart pump fake drive out. Here's a 3 for Redick. No. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Missing shots after missed shots after missed shots after missed shots here in the last couple possessions for both sides. The Clippers still have that 34-25 lead in this opening quarter. 3-second difference to the shot and game clock right now is Kawhi Leonard. Will drive in. Leonard back out. Here's a corner 3. In. He got it. That is JaMychal Green. 12-point lead. Here is 2.8 seconds left. Whistle blows. And they will get the foul on, I'm not sure who. Now, New Orleans will keep the ball, so it's on the Clippers. 2.8 seconds to play here. Inbound goes to Hayes. Back out to a 3. The buzzer, no good. 37-25. Clippers, pretty much all Clippers. So far in this game, you are watching NBA basketball on the next network. We will be right back. NBA basketball right here on the next network. 37-25. LA Clipper lead. 6 seconds into the quarter. I missed the first 5 seconds. I don't really know exactly what happened, but I do know JJ Redick is inbounding the ball right now. And he will into Zion. Zion Williamson back in the game, and he misses the shot. Good D there by JaMychal Green. Zion Williamson 1 for 3 from the field, 2 points in 6 minutes of game action. Zion Williamson was held out of that fourth quarter against the Jazz. That exciting finish where the Jazz were able to come back and get the win. The entire comeback was done with Zion Williamson out of the game. In the fourth quarter, Zion Williamson, I would assume, is not too happy about that, but reports would agree, but Zion's not even commented on it yet as the ball will get tipped out of bounds. 4.8 on the shot clock remaining, but the Clippers still have the ball. 12-point game. Again, this is a critical game for the Pelicans. For the Clippers, who have been winning the game in dominant fashion so far, this game really does not matter in the slightest for them. But yet, the Clippers are the team that's playing like their season's potentially on the line here, and the Pelicans are playing like they had nothing to play for, when in reality, it's the other way around. Here's the inbound out to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard has to take a three here. Deep three. Got it! Kawhi Leonard. From downtown, it's a 15-point LA Clipper lead. Kawhi Leonard has 12 in this game so far, as the Clippers have 10 three-pointers already in this game. Leonard has 2 threes, 4 for 6 in the field, 12 points. He has the ball again here as he's going to dish it out to Marcus Morris for 3, and it will not go. Out on Zion Williamson, who tried to get the rebound. He couldn't, and it fell out on him. The Clippers will retain possession. 14 seconds on the clock, obviously, as what happens in this type of situation. But Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, each of them having great starts, as well as Patrick Beverley. Patrick Beverley and JaMychal Green each have 6 points as well, so they've been playing decent in this game. To add on, here's Kawhi, guarded by Josh Hart. Kawhi, 3 with the foul. He will shoot 3 free throws from the line. Hart does not agree with the call. I would have to agree with Hart. Yeah, that definitely, to me, did not look like a foul. But neither way, Kawhi will shoot 3. His first falls. His second. His second will fall. And finally, his third will not fall. Zion will corral that rebound, so Kawhi Leonard goes 2 for 3 at the line. 42-25, Clipper lead. Here is Zion. Zion going to drive in the lane. Misses another one. Zion Williamson not off to a very good start in this game as Kawhi Leonard has it. Josh Hart and Zion double teaming Leonard as now it's Hart and him all by themselves at the top of the key. Leonard's going to drive in. Melee comes in to help out. Leonard could pass out to Green, who's in the corner for 3, but it won't count. He stepped out of bounds. Pelican ball down 17 right now, about a minute and a half into this second quarter of play. Here is Zion, has it at the top of the key. He only has 2 points so far in this game. And he didn't give up the ball, but because of the horrible camera angle that ESPN uses, I have no idea why, because I couldn't see the ref. All I know is the Pelicans do have it now. But I can't tell you what happened because of the horrible camera angle that ESPN has been using for the bubble. They really don't like it. Here's Redick for 3. With the foul, he missed it, but he will be fouled. And now it's his turn to shoot not 1, not 2, but 3 at the line. J.J. Redick will. J.J. Redick, he's made a career out of shooting threes. He's the former Duke superstar, 2006 first-round pick, as Redick will nail his first. Make it 42-26. These virtual fans, of course, used Michelob Ultra courtside as they sponsor everything. You see there, it's getting really annoying. Or what are we? We're 3 days into the bubble, and I'm getting tired of seeing these Michelob Ultra courtside things. I get it. That's who sponsors it. You don't need to keep telling you that's who sponsors it. I get it. The virtual fans are cool. I'm not saying the virtual fans are. I'm saying that we keep getting to hear that it's Nicola Ultra, sponsored by blah, 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 blah. I don't care. JJ Redick nailed all 3 free throws, by the way. Here is Reggie Jackson, 42-28. LA lead right now in this game. Hi, stream. What's up? And hi. There we go. See, there we go. Here is, by the way, golden hour on SC. Everyone's just going to think that's a golden hour on Snapchat, right? Everyone's just going to say, it's golden hour on Snapchat, not Sportscaster. No one's going to know unless they use Sportscaster. Just saying. Anyway, here is Nicolo Melli, who's going to get Patterson in the air. Melli layup will fall. Nicolo Melli makes it a 12-point game. We are now over 2 minutes into this second quarter of action. It's been all Clippers so far in this game. Here is Kawhi, no good. Melli rebounds it. Here is a lob pass to Zion. He's on the board again. Now, that's a pretty good way to get your third and fourth points of the game. And the Clippers need a timeout. It's 42-32, Clipper lead. We'll be right back right after this. NBA basketball here on the next network as Kawhi Leonard has it, and Zion will foul him. And yes, Zion is on a little bit of minutes restriction for another game or two, according to Executive Vice President of Basketball Operations, or you could just call him the GM because same title. Different title, same job. David Griffin, saying that Zion will be on a minutes restriction for, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Josh Hart. But there's a couple more games. Zion will be on a full minutes playing time with no restriction. Horribly worded, but I'm hoping you know what I meant. Kawhi Leonard will now shoot 2 at the line. Kawhi nailed the first. What does Kawhi have in this game at this point? He has a ton. He has 16. I feel like he has more than that, but no, he has 16. Still a great number considering we're not even 4 minutes into the second quarter, as make it 17 for Kawhi Leonard, and a 12-point Clipper lead. Here is Zion. Zion driving in. He will get that to connect as well. Zion has 6 points in this game. And Zion will get a... No, he won't get the steal. What a great job there by Kawhi Leonard to take it back. Here's a corner three. He got it. That is Reggie Jackson in the corner for 3 and a 13-point Clipper lead now. Here's Melly. Back out to Hart. Hart to Melly. Melly for 3. No. Rebound brought in by Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson will take it up here at top of the key. Out to Kawhi Leonard. Now bounce pass in the corner. Back out to Kawhi Leonard. Leonard Jackson. Jackson for 3. Won't go. Rebound by Zion Williamson. Angry rebound there by Zion. Zion's going to drive in and miss the layup. That was exciting for about a half a second. And then he landed on the floor, and he's not even back all the way on the court yet. Here's a corner 3. It'll go. And now here's Zion. I see him now. 50-34. Clipper lead. It's been all LA. Pelicans playing their season pretty much on the line in this game, and the Pelicans have been just not very good in this game. I know they're playing a great Clippers team, but the Clippers don't really have much to play for. Melly would take a 3. He'll miss it. Here's Kawhi on the board. Not Kawhi. That is Reggie Jackson on the board. And now he will get it out to Patterson. Patterson to Leonard. Leonard out to Green. Green out to Beverly. Beverly out to Green. Green out to Beverly. Look at that ball movement. Lee Ellis would love it. Very solid here. Here's a 3. It's a swish bomb. Yeah, that's going to be a very solid play from the starters. You know they would love it. As Patrick Beverly hits a 3, New Orleans needs a timeout, and they need a little bit more than a timeout. They need the game to restart because it's been all LA. We'll be right back right after this. You're watching the NBA basketball on the Next Network and the Basketball Broadcast Network. NBA basketball on the next network is showing Zion when he went down. I told you I couldn't really see him for a second, and looks like it was because he was in a little bit of pain, and he's now out of the game. Hopefully he's all right, as Brandon Ingram will be fouled. He will shoot 2 at the line. Zion is by himself. There's no team doctors around him, so that's a good sign. He's talking teammates again. There's no team doctors around and nothing like that, so that's a good sign, because if he was actually hurt, of course, there are people around him. But Zion, 10 minutes of game time, 6 minutes, 3 for 7 for the field in this game. J.J. Redick will be fouled on the blocking foul, and Redick will shoot 2 at the line. 53-34 Clipper lead so far in this game. Check the phone real quick while we look at a replay. No. Okay, my computer's charged enough. And then when I see that it's low battery or something like that. Oh, no. Anyway, Redick will connect on the first free throw, 53-35. Redick again. This one will also fall. 53-36. 7:02 to play in quarter number 2, half number 1 here on the next network. Speaking of the next network, the next is immediately following this game. Whenever this game ends, you will catch myself and Michael breaking down the latest in sports and unveiling numbers 50 through 1 of our top 100 list. Ivica Zubac will get the putback dunk to fall and gets the Clipper lead back up to 19. The Pelicans have not had the lead at any point in this game. Here's a 3 that did fall, but it didn't matter because there was a whistle. Has not been tied at any point. The Pelicans not at a lead at any point, and the Clippers currently have a 19-point lead as Lonzo Ball will miss at the line. He has another one, obviously. It's Patrick Beverley, I believe, found him. That's who they're zooming in on, so I'll take ESPN's word for it. If I'm wrong, don't blame me. Blame ESPN. Lonzo will go 1 for 2. Now it's an 18-point game as Paul George will take it up. Paul George got us started 2 minutes in, 3 straight threes. He has been scoreless since, however. Paul George into Zubac. Zubac fouled, and he will now shoot 2 at the line. Ivica Zubac will be going to the line here to shoot 2, trying to make it a 20-point lead. If he nails them both, the Clippers will take that 20-point lead. And Alvin Gentry and the Pelicans in this game, I know I keep mentioning he missed the first, but I keep mentioning it. But seriously, I can't stress how important this game is for the Pelicans and how unimportant this game is for the Clippers, and how the Clippers have looked by far like the team that's playing for their season in this game. As Ivica Zubac goes 1 for 2 and makes it back up to a 19-point lead for the Clippers. Here's Lonzo Ball. Lonzo has it out to Ingram. Ingram's going to drive in the lane, back out to Lonzo. Lonzo in the middle, ball's out. Beverley dives on it. And Patrick Beverley calls a timeout. And that will be that. And the Clippers will have 4 timeouts remaining. And I believe that will maybe potentially, I don't know, who knows? I don't know. Hold on. Yes, will send us to a commercial break. You are watching NBA Basketball on the Next Network and the Basketball Broadcast Network on YouTube, on Sportscaster, as well as Twitch and YouTube. We'll be right back right after this. And NBA basketball here on the next network as Kawhi Leonard has 16 points. Reggie Jackson has 11. And Paul George has 3 more, making him now he has 12. And the Clippers are out again, keeping the huge lead, extending their huge lead. As Drew Holiday guarded in the corner by Paul George. Holiday going to drive in here. Holiday back out to Ingram in the corner. Good. Brandon Ingram, the corner 3. Now makes it a little closer. Now it's only a 19-point game with 5:20 to play in this first half of action. Paul George driving in. Here's a corner. Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's guarded by Lonzo Ball. Leonard driving. Good. And now it is a 21-point game. Redick pump fakes. George is on him. George pickpocketed. It's stolen there by George. Back out of Beverly. Here is the trailing Marcus Morris. And now it is a 23-point game. The Clippers dominant so far. Here is Lonzo. Lonzo out to Brandon. Here's Drew Holiday. Holiday has it. Holiday for 3. No. Rebounded by Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and the Clippers have been killing it. Here's Kawhi. Kawhi, mid-range. No. Rebound. Lonzo. Loose ball foul on the Pelicans. Paul George just pickpocketed him too. And just beautiful, beautiful play right there. Man. Pelicans seem to have absolutely no answer here as Ivica Zubac's at the line shooting 2, trying to make it a 25-point lead for the Clippers, and he will not make it 25 because he missed the first one, so the very worst will make it 24. The very best can make it 24 as Etuan Moore will check in for New Orleans. Immediately following this game, we have the next with myself and Michael Mursky. We will be talking about the latest in sports and unveiling numbers 50 through 1 of our top 100 players list, our personal top 100 players list. As Ivica Zubac nails the second, Kawhi Leonard checked out for the Clippers. He's been killing it, so he deserves this rest here that he has with a very comfortable 24-point lead. Here is Etuan Moore, gets the nice bounce pass feed, and he will do absolutely nothing with it because he missed the shot. Here's Reggie Jackson on the rebound. Jackson will take it up. Jackson has the screen set. Back in the corner, Shamet for 3. Good! Landry Shamet, it's 27-point lead for the Clippers now. This is getting borderline mean, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Lonzo Ball. Ball. Stolen. Here is Shamet. Landry Shamet, guarded by Ingram. Shamet out to Zubac. Zubac to George Morris. And now it's 29-point lead, and the Pelicans had to and did take a timeout. It is all LA right now. I mean, this is just ridiculous. We will be right back right after this. You're watching NBA basketball right here on the next network. Be right back. NBA basketball right here on the next network. Clippers lead by 29 against the Pelicans. The Pelicans are playing for their season, pretty much, and, well, doesn't seem to matter. Lonzo Ball, running point here. He hasn't been playing bad. Here is Etuan Moore. Moore pumps ones out now to Ingram. Brandon Ingram out to Ball. Ball for 3. No good. Rebound brought in by Paul George. I'm not Paul George. I keep thinking Paul George, Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, who takes a three and gets it. We are now at 30-plus point leads, and we're not even at halftime yet. The Clippers are up 72-40 right now. God. Drew Holiday out here in the corner. 4-3. Brandon Ingram, no good. Rebound will be brought in by Reggie Jackson. Jackson going to take it up. Jackson Euros, no good. Foul called, and Reggie Jackson will shoot two at the line for the Clippers. The largest, for those wondering, the largest blowout in NBA history was in 1991. December 17th, 1991, the Cleveland Cavaliers beat the Miami Heat 148-80 and a 68-point win. That is the biggest blowout in NBA history. The Clippers are currently up 33 at the half. Not even at the half yet, so make it 34. Not even at the half yet. I'm going to go on a bold prediction and say that record is not going to be broken here. But, they are just dominating. As Derek Favors on the jam. Let's see the largest margin of victory in Clippers history is, because that record could legitimately be broken in this game. Here's a Vince Zubac. He misses the alley-oop jam. The Clippers' largest margin of victory is a 49-point win against the Atlanta Hawks on November 17th, 2019. So earlier this season, the Clippers defeated the Hawks by 49. That's the biggest blowout in Clippers history. You never know. They could beat this here. I mean, it's getting ugly. It's 74-42 right now. Drew Holiday missing the reverse layup, and then the putback was no good. Kawhi Leonard brings in the rebound. Not Kawhi Leonard. Marcus Morris meant to say on bringing in the rebound. Here is George. Euro. No good. Good defense there. Is Etuan Moore going to drive in? Moore, layup off. Rebound by Zubac. All right, we are now a minute and a half to play in this dominant first half. Paul George has it in the corner. Brandon Ingram guarding him. George for three. No. Rebound brought in by Lonzo Ball. The Clippers are now missing some shots. The problem with the Pelicans is so are they. As the Clippers 16 for 24. The Pelicans have attempted 17 threes in this game. The Clippers have made 16. Think about that. It's ridiculous. Steal right there by the Clippers. Taking it up court. Reggie Jackson layup is good. 76-42. It is a 44-point lead. 34-point lead for the Clippers right now. Here is Lonzo Ball. Here is a mid-range shot that will miraculously go. The Pelicans have 44, which is not a bad number for the half. It's just that the Clippers cannot miss. Here's Paul George. George is a screen set. Paul George going to drive in. Fouled. He will shoot two at the line. 33.1 to play in this first half of action with two free throws right here. Paul George is going to attempt two free throws right here for Paul George. An absolute bloodbath so far. 12 points for Paul George, including 3 3-pointers to get things started in the first couple of minutes of action. As Paul George will nail the first. He has 13 now. It's 77-44. Reggie Jackson, man, that was a great steal. Really great steal. And the 3-on-2 finish. And now Paul George to the line again. Here is PG-13 at the line. He's going to miss the second. Here is Brandon Ingram. Ingram. 25 seconds to play in this first half of action. With a 9-second difference between shot and game clock. Brandon Ingram, foul called. Ingram made a three, but it doesn't matter. There was a foul called. I believe it is. I didn't really see, actually. Whoever's foul it was there first, because that's what Mike Breen said. And it's on the Clippers because they're lining up to shoot some free throws now. Derek Favors nails the first. The Clippers have made 16 threes in this game. It's not even what's the NBA record for most threes made in a game by a team? Most threes by a team in a game. That record is 25. The Clippers could definitely break that. The Clippers have 16. And the Cavs have 20. The Cavs record. The Cavs own the record with 25. And the Clippers have 16. It's not even halftime. Well, it's about to be. Here's Paul George. Halftime. Slams it home, but that won't count. So 16 three-pointers in this first half. Only needing 9 more for an NBA record. In fact, they are only one shy of the NBA record for most in a half. Wow. Absolute bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back for half number 2 right here on the next network, the Basketball Broadcast Network. I'm Josh Berman. Goodbye, and go Ravens.